Several breaking news stories as we come on the air tonight. A new case of COVID-19 in San Antonio and a deadly officer-involved shooting as well. Let's start with that shooting. It happened on the west side of downtown. We're learning it involved a machete.
The night team's Tiffany Huertas is there now. She is near I-35 in Alamo. And Tiffany, what are police telling you tonight?
EC Steve, SAPD is investigating this scene, this officer-involved shooting. Take a look behind me. It's still very active here on the corner of South Laredo Street and South Alamo Street. SAPD says this all started with a traffic stop at this parking lot. There was a struggle between the sergeant and the driver of this vehicle. Police say the man had a machete at the time. The sergeant shot at him once. The driver is 58 years old and he was transported to the hospital, but the man passed away. Now, this is a very ongoing investigation. We will have the very latest on KSAT.com. Back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Also breaking tonight, more tests, more positive results. A new case of COVID-19 now confirmed in Bexar County. This fourth case, travel-related, just like the previous three. The
information coming as the mayor bans gatherings of 50 or more people in a new declaration. Gatherings as small as 10 people are also discouraged.
The change in guidelines have a lot of gyms changing routines and some temporarily closing. The night team's Daphne Gray spoke with the local gym trainer as well as a doctor.
After President Donald Trump's announcement that people should avoid gatherings of 10 or more people for the next 15 days to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, many places like gyms are seeing the change.
Slight decrease. I know a lot of our members are kind of unsure, scared of what to expect in the days to come.
It's all a part of the social distancing initiative.
The whole idea is to keep people far enough apart that it will slow down and hopefully maybe stop the spread of the virus.
The CDC recommends we stay 6 feet away from each other. Dr. Harry Croft says it's something to take seriously no matter who you are.
There may be friends or family members that could be affected because you didn't pay enough attention.
Chrissy Santiano is a CrossFit coach at Jones and Ford CrossFit. In the wake of the virus, the gym has limited their sessions to 10 people per workout while stressing the importance of sanitation as well.
After every single workout, our members, they know the rules. You wipe down your equipment once you're done with it. Even our staff, our coaches.
It makes their gym members feel safe.
Very comfortable. It's very clean.
But Dr. Croft says the risk is always there at any gym.
It may only take one person forgetting to do it, or maybe doing a bad job.
Santiano says they have started the process of moving their workouts online through social media for the safety of members. It is a move that Croft says is very wise during this stage of the pandemic.
I think it's probably better to be overcautious than not be cautious enough.
Now, Dr. Croft says that because medical professionals do not have a lot to go on when it comes down to the coronavirus right now, he is uncertain if 15 days is long enough. He says the best thing people can do is to take social distancing seriously. Things like avoid contact, like shaking hands, avoid touching your face, and, of course, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Daphne Gray, KSAT 12 News.
Well, tonight, Gold's Gym announced they would temporarily close all company-owned locations. LA Fitness has closed all their locations until at least April 1st. And meanwhile, Planet Fitness says they are streaming workouts online in an effort to allow people to work out at home.
And meanwhile, the San Antonio Humane Society, following the push for social distancing, they are closing their doors to the general public to keep their staff and volunteers safe. It's unclear when they will reopen, but President Nancy F. May says there will be staff to continue to care for the animals who are at the shelter currently. Volunteers being told to just stay home. They plan to post updates on their social media pages and website for plans going forward. Meanwhile, Animal Care Services says they will remain open. Their stray intake hours based on space availability, but they usually run Tuesday through Saturday beginning at 11 a.m. Adoption hours also begin at 11 in the morning every day of the week. They're located at 4710 State Highway 151.
Amid COVID-19 concerns, the CEO of the Battered Women and Children's Shelter has a crucial and life-saving message. The shelter is open and all services are still available. If you need help, please reach out. CEO Marta Pelaez told the Night Team's Courtney Friedman about a few small changes when it comes to social distancing. This is part of Courtney's series, Confronting Domestic Violence, Loving in Fear.
Emergency meeting finished and orders given out at one of the county's most important facilities, the Battered Women and Children's Shelter.
Stressful circumstances in general are triggers for abusers. And so we are concerned.
With the possibility of a rise in abuse amid stress over COVID-19, CEO Marta Pelaez says it's more important than ever to get this message out. The shelter will never close.
Comprehensive services, the legal services, the counseling, the case management, all of that will continue. We're also in touch with the chief of police and with the sheriff and with the courts to make sure that all of our services are provided in concert with everybody in the community.
While services continue, small tweaks are being made to keep up with CDC recommendations.
One-on-one counseling is still happening. It's the group sessions that are postponed just for now.
Also, social distancing when it comes to mealtime.
With this last new communication, no gatherings of more than 10 people, we will probably call families at a time to serve their dinners.
And as expected, the housekeeping is working extremely hard to watch down all surfaces, and that includes all the door handles. There are also Purell dispensers all over the place, and people are taking advantage.
Incoming clients will be asked extra health questions, and any staff feeling sick will not be allowed at work.
We're here, and we will be here.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Now, if you are in immediate crisis or danger, call 911. For any other information on the shelter or resources, call Family Violence Prevention Services at the number there on your screen, 210-733-8810. We have an extensive list of resources on our website. You can go to ksat.com/domestic violence. Meantime, a councilman self-quarantining tonight. Councilman Manny Pelaez, who represents District 8, is taking the preventative measure after visiting family in Colombia. He has no symptoms and has no knowledge of coming into contact with anyone who has the virus, but wants to be sure at this point. Pelaez says he's using his 14-day period to work from home and make sure he stays connected with city business.
And new tonight, a new case of coronavirus. Small and major gyms making adjustments in the wake of coronavirus spread taking place in our country. Some gyms taking a social media approach to keep their operations going, and some gyms like Gold's Gym we announced earlier closing their doors until the end of March. And as we move on, Dallas and Houston shut down their bars and restaurants for dine-in service as Texas braces for more COVID-19 cases. That's a decision made by the city's mayors. It is a different story in San Antonio. Mayor Ron Nirenberg issuing a declaration banning mass gatherings of 50 or more people and encouraging the public to avoid gatherings of 10 or more people. He is not shutting down restaurants and bars at this point. And while restaurants and bars are just some of the categories exempt from the mass gathering definition, some businesses are already making changes. Let's take Aldaco's in Stone Oak as an example. Already spacing out its dining tables to promote social distancing, but catering company True Flavors changing the way they're doing things after cancellations and orders. Denise Hernandez says they are now making and delivering meals.
All of our employees are food certified, and we've taken some of our front of the house staff, especially on the catering side, and they're going to now start delivering.
True Flavors updating their menu items on their Facebook page.
Well, Via says they're disinfecting seats, rails, and its facilities regularly. While the city is asking people to stay home as much as possible, Via says they're taking extra steps to make sure those who need a ride can do so safely. Meantime, the Alamo is the latest tourist attraction to close. The announcement came after new guidelines were released, limiting the number of people at gatherings. Visitors are being encouraged to follow the Alamo's social media channels for updates.
Let's get the latest numbers tonight. In Texas, as we said, the city of Laredo confirming another case of COVID-19, along with Bexar County's fourth travel-related case, now bringing the total to 59 cases in the state. For a little more perspective tonight, Johns Hopkins tracking three important numbers across the globe this evening. More than 181,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. That's what you see on the left hand of your screen. A little more than 7,000 deaths and more than 78,000 people, the number on the far right hand of the screen, have recovered from the virus so far. Meanwhile, a clinical trial now underway for an experimental vaccine to fight the virus. The first dose was actually given today.
When we first started, I said it would be 2 to 3 months, and if we did that, that would be the fastest we've ever gone from obtaining the sequence to being able to do a phase 1 trial. This has been now 65 days, which I believe is the record.
45 healthy adults participating in a 6-week trial in Seattle, Washington. Each will get 2 injections about a month apart in varying doses. Patients will be tracked for at least 1 year. The goal here is to prove the vaccine is safe and that the patient's immune systems respond.
Well, new information continues to come into our newsroom every day. Right now on KSAT.com, we're updating lists of closures, schools offering meals, as well as other important information. We also have information on a 3-day blood drive at the Alamodome. You'll find it all on our homepage at KSAT.com.